Really looking forward to having a chat with my next guest. It is an incredible story of how a military veteran in North Yorkshire is making a difference to children across the country. Mark Hill MBE has created something called the Buddy Box. It's all about helping young children navigate a new school, specifically if their first language is not English. And Mark wants the Buddy Box to help refugee children who are settling into new schools after fleeing Afghanistan. Mark's on the line now. Mark, afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being with us. Tell us more about this Buddy Box then. How on earth did you think this is it? This is going to help and really make a difference to people's lives. How did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so in the history behind it, in 2018, in Catterick Garrison, our local school, had a number of Syrian refugees. I went to see the headmaster one day, and they were sat outside his office, and I said jokingly, have they been naughty? And he said, no, they don't speak English and we don't speak Arabic. There were actually three Syrian young people and one Iraqi. So I said, well, do you mind if I have a chat with them? I can speak Arabic. And straight away I said to them, Assalamu alaikum, sabah al khair, hello, good morning, how are you, kayf halukum? And all of a sudden the kids looked up, beaming smiles. There was that communication and language. So what I did was, I went about, there was only four of them, but it took me a long time to laminate and cut them out. And I did 60 flashcards in English and Arabic. So he might have said, this is a book, and turned it over, the Kitab in Arabic, and I made 4 sets of them. And what it meant was, it wasn't to teach the children, 100% English language, but it was for the children, for non-English speaking children, in this case Syrians, and an Iraqi young boy, and their peers, because when new children go to schools, they get paired up with a buddy. That buddy then shows them and navigates the school, and it gives them an initial friend. And so what I did was I decided to call it Buddy Box, and I give them the cards, and that was it. And they got on with that. But most recently, with the Afghan families coming over from Afghanistan about 4-6 weeks ago, I had this idea of why don't I do the same for them? But I didn't have the money or the resources to make hundreds of these buddy boxes, so I thought about it, and I thought if I put it into the cloud, do it on PowerPoint, because most schools will have Microsoft tools, so in PowerPoint, and then once the school has the link, they can download it themselves and make the children feel, inclusion for all and a sense of belonging by printing them off, the slides, if you like, putting them up in the classroom and around the school. And of course, for the listeners, those that don't know, coming out of Afghanistan, they don't speak Arabic. The two main languages is Dari and Pashtun. And so I had to do 2 lots. And it was great in PowerPoint. And I've got some tools that turn text to speech. So when you clicked a button in English, it would read and say audio, this is a book, this is a pencil, welcome to your school. But what I wanted to do, on the right-hand side, if it was written in Dari or Pashtun, I had this idea, and I thought, what happens if the children couldn't read their own writing? So I've kind of buddied up, if you like, with some native Afghan speakers, and I've now got Dari and Pashtun audio in there. So the schools now can have that initial communication tool with their new pupils.
Mark, this is just incredible, and it's wonderful. And I'm just having a flick through some of your resources here. You can get basic vocabulary, days of the week, telling the time slides, numbers, colours, fruits and veg items people find at school. Have you had a chat with some of the people who've used it previously? You mentioned it was there are a few Syrian refugees at the nearby school in Catterick Garrison, and they've actually used your Buddy Box. Have they told you what it was like using it?
Yeah, I saw a couple of the families out maybe 2 weeks ago walking around the garrison. I thought them speaking to them in Arabic initially. The girl now she's left school. She went to college and moved on. Her English is impeccable, and it was awfully. She smiled when I mentioned Buddy Box, and it helped them out massively. But the Afghan Buddy Box is now across. It's fantastic. It's now gone across the UK through social media and me connecting with local authorities up and down the country. They've got it into schools, and a school near York in Selby, Steno Hall Community Primary School Academy in Selby, as I said, they're using it, and it's helping young people, teachers and their peers to have that initial icebreaker of communication in a fun and educational way.
Mark, I'm blown away by this. I really, really applaud you for what you've done. Um, what are you thinking going forward then? Are you going to do something, like keep doing this sort of thing? Is that your thing? Is educating and helping people communicate? Is that your thing?
Yeah, I mean, for many years, coming from the military, effective communication skills and languages for me has always been important. And I think moving forward with Buddy Box, it's going into many schools, which is fantastic. It's got the far reach, more reach than I thought it would have got. Um, but I'm creating more Buddy Boxes. But equally, I'm asking schools and education authorities if there's something that I've missed, then send me the information and I'll get that translated and create a Buddy Box. But what's been really, really astonishing, it's now going to Germany and parts of France. So Buddy Box is now going international.
Wow, how good's your German and French, Mark?
Well, not very good now, but the technology I've got, the text to speech technology that I've bought and invested in, it's impeccable. It's fantastic, and I've had it tested out. I've had German speakers listen to it, and French speakers say it sounds fantastic. And of course, young people coming from Afghanistan speaking Dari or Pashtun, regardless of where they settle around the world, they speak the same language. So it's just for me then to worry about the host nation language.
Did you expect it to do as well or go as far as it has done?
Not really, no, because originally it was just in one school in Afghanistan where I wanted to help out with the Syrian, the Arabic speaking children. And of course, with the internet now and social media, it's just got massive and people have got in touch with me. So what I've done and created is, so I'm not emailing hundreds of times. I've put things into the cloud, into my Amazon account. And what it means is, as soon as anybody's got the link, they can download it themselves. The Microsoft PowerPoint, basically, what it is. And I've put everything into a PDF document, so it gives the history around Buddy Box, but equally it gives a number of links in Pashtun and Dari that schools and education authorities can download themselves and use. But what I've also created is turning PowerPoint into videos, so then we can use the videos. And I think the video is very powerful because you can stop, pause, rewind, and learn and repeat.
Mark, we use the phrase "make a difference" quite a lot. We know we've got some incredible people in our community, but I have to say you are genuinely incredible. You are really, really making a difference to the lives of these children, and also their fellow pupils and the teachers, their parents as well. What a difference you are making in their world.
Well, it's amazing. And thank you very much for that. I've had two teachers come back to me and said before Buddy Box, they were pointing and showing pictures, but instantly when one young boy heard his own language being spoken, the teacher said his face was a gem. It was a massive beaming smile. It could communicate with the teacher instantly. And for me, it made all the hard work worth it.